Hello there everybody, Dash here again with yet another devlog video for Disharmony. I was supposed to upload this on Halloween, but certain things got in the way. I was pretty sick for about a week or so, and then Homestuck 2 came out, which I can't quite believe. And very recently, Tay came to visit. Hooray! Tay, as in my sister, not the character from Disharmony. So we've been hanging out a bit, although in all honesty we didn't do very much. We went out shopping a couple times, we watched Con Air, and we went out for a quick walk on Halloween. That's about it. Now, as for the development of the game, let's start with some of the more boring stuff. First of all, there's some very unimportant stuff, like me adding collisions and moving a couple things around. I added this one NPC to Stargazer's Hill, and I tried to tidy up this one NPC sprite as well because it looked really ugly, and it still kinda does. Then something slightly more exciting, or at least to me, is that I added some additional graphics indicating button presses when you're fighting an enemy. I think it looks more professional, a lot more like Clone Hero, which I mentioned a couple of videos ago. I think it looks neat. I also added a teeny tiny bit of animation to the bad apple enemy. Now its face looks like it's kind of glowing. I think it looks pretty neat, even though it's just 2 frames of animation, but shh. I also added a bathroom in Tay and Roxanne's house. It has a working mirror and a toilet which you can flush. The mirror took a while to program, but it was worth it because the effect looks really cool. I've added more of a forest looking opening to the west side of Oakhart, since it will be leading into a forest which sort of acts as a dungeon of sorts. I also added 2 new enemies, sort of. They'll be part of a dream sequence. It's this weird spinning fire looking thing, and one of them is in reverse. I've also prepared a lot more songs for the game, well, about 3, and they aren't all entirely new either. One of them, which is currently titled Firefight, is going to be an area's battle theme. It's not perfect, but I think it works alright. And going with the spooky theme of Halloween, here's one of Chris's songs that I remixed a bit, I suppose, which I will be using for a spooky castle area. I also updated Roxanne's theme, making it sound a little less bland, adding more instruments and changing up the rhythm a tiny bit. I've also added a chromatic aberration shader to the dream sequence in Sailor. This shader will be applied to all the dream sequences once they are, well, done. In case you don't know what chromatic aberration is, it's essentially the sort of artifacting that was very common on CRT televisions, where if you looked closely at a sharp image, it would sort of display ghost images in different colors, usually blue and red. I think it works well for the dreamy feel of the areas. It makes them feel a little more otherworldly. Now, shaders are something I'm not very familiar with in Game Maker Studio because they aren't written in the same language as the rest of the game's code. And I actually didn't write this shader myself. I downloaded it from the Game Maker Marketplace and I edited it to my liking, well, to the best of my ability. So I guess I can't take full credit for this one. I'd like to look more into shaders later on, but just getting this one to work was a bit of a pain in the behind, so maybe not, I don't know. I think this one's neat though. Also, speaking of visual stuff, I've been working on a lot of frame-by-frame animations throughout the month of October. There's no real reason for this other than, I don't know, practice and fun, I guess. I just thought it'd be fun to share, even though they aren't the most complex or beautiful looking animations ever. Now to end the video in a bit of a spooky Halloweeny sort of way, here's a mini boss sprite I drew. I'm not entirely happy with it, but I think it works well. For the moment at least. The sprite is for the enemy known as the Pumpkin, which is in Insania. And yes, it's called the Pumpkin, and it's a pumpkin with a crown. Aren't I hilarious? And yeah, there we go, that's the video. I think we covered plenty of stuff for a change. I hope you all had a happy Halloween. I hope you'll come back for the next video, and as always, have a good day.